All right, what's up, everyone? You're tuned in to Ill Vibe Theory, your number one source for underground hip-hop and R&B in the Las Vegas Valley. We're listener-supported 91.5, the Rebel HD2, KUMV Las Vegas, the broadcast service of UNLV, and me and Jocelyn are just jumping. It's so excited to start this interview. I feel like I'm as excited with everyone, but I'm really excited about this one. I think it's in a different way.
Yes.
Especially because I just love this project so much, and I was tweeting earlier like how I just love that we can pretty much have free will and we can share all the music that we love. So, you know, all the way from Florida to Las Vegas. So it's great. So let me bring on Kyle right now. What's up, Kyle? You there?
I'm here. How you doing?
How are you? Good.
I'm doing great.
Great. Well, it's great to have you. Can you introduce yourself for the people?
Well, my name is Kyle Dion. Yeah, thank you for having me. I mean, I'm a R&B jazz singer, and yeah, I just dropped a new project. Sixes and sevens, and thank you guys for playing that joint the other night in LA. But yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. It's great to meet you. I know that's one of our hosts, Jay Luna's favorite tracks, so that's why she picked that one.
Definitely. It was really hard to pick my favorite, honestly.
No, most definitely. Awesome. But we're just going to jump right into it if that's okay with you.
Oh, yeah, of course. Let's go.
All right. So this was basically your first mixtape. So you were blowing up off of SoundCloud and YouTube and basically off the internet. And you said that you weren't expecting a lot, you know, expecting as much love as you got from it. So what were you expecting, and how was the process of putting that album together?
I mean, basically, I made the whole mixtape when I was 19, so around 2013, I just started creating this whole project. And it took me about a year. And then at the end, maybe like when last year, 2014, November, I dropped the tape. So, yeah, it took me about a year. The process was great. I mean, I took my time on it, made a whole bunch of music. And, yeah, I wasn't expecting so much love. Like, everything just happened, like, it's funny how the universe works. Like, everything just happened so positively. Like, it was just everything that happened is just amazing. Like, you know, like, everybody's like fucking. Everybody's liking it. Everybody's loving it. Everybody's liking it. And yeah, I wasn't expecting any like everything that I got. You know, it was my first tape, and it's just amazing that everybody likes it. You know. It's just when you do something and you put all yourself into it, and it's all you, and then everybody accepts you for that. It's just a great feeling. So yeah.
No, most definitely. And I know, like, because you were blowing up on YouTube and things like that, so many people were expecting something, and they were like, oh my gosh, and anxious, like, hurry up and drop something, you know what I mean? Because it did take a while. So I think that's why, most definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you, like we said, we've listened to it, I don't know how many times in the past day even. I've listened to it so many times, but it's really eclectic to me. But if you could describe what Sixes and Sevens sounds like to you in like 3 words, what words would you choose?
That's hard. 3 words?
Yeah.
it needs more than that.
You can give me 4 or 5 if you feel that's better.
Definitely like just soul, love, confusion, darkness, and passion.
Okay.
Passion. So a lot of passion. It's just an overall, like I said, eclectic project. It's just taking a lot of elements and just putting them all together. So yeah, that's why, and of course that's why it's called Sixes and Sevens. And Sixes and Sevens is like an old English term, and it means like confusion and going crazy. So in the process of me like making the tape through that whole year, it was just like me finding myself and who I was as an artist, and who I was as a person. So, you know, you definitely can feel that listening to the project. You know, it's a different kind of feel from the stuff that's out. I mean, I feel that's right now. You know, I just definitely just went into just who I am. I tried to not be influenced by anybody and just zone out and just find inspiration within myself, you know?
Definitely. And I really liked your choices. And I was going to ask you, what specifically made you say darkness? Because that wasn't really one of the first thoughts that I would think. But of course, you're the one who created it. So what made you think darkness?
Darkness, just darkness as far as like, I talk about like very dark topics, like, you know, like with the other night in LA, you know, I talk about like, you know, going through like getting messed up in LA, you know, going over under the influence and stuff, and then never did that before. I talk about like just me and this girl, like, you know, just only thing we have to do is just go. We can't even, you know, do anything else but just leave. This is not going to work. You know, what was it? What made me, you know, stay in this relationship? What made me want to be with you? You know what I'm saying? Like certain topics like that I touch on very like dark, you know, topics, and then there's some light topics too. You know, so I think that's just it's just a whole mixture, and that's why I named the whole project 6 and 7, is because it's just a whole bunch of stuff that I had in my mind that I just wrote down and just put together. And that's what it came out to be. So 6 and 7 I felt was just a great title to just put on this project and show the world and show everybody who I am and who I'm going to be and who I'm evolving into, you know?
Definitely. And I felt like myself, I could relate to you a lot because we're all the same age, all of our hosts and you as well as being 20. And I know that you spent a little bit of time in LA at school. So could you talk a little bit about that experience? What were you doing out there?
How did you know? How did you know?
You've stated it.
Some research. So yeah, in 2012 I went to school in at Musicians Institute in LA. And I really took a break. I just wanted to, like I said, I just wanted to find myself and who I was as a person. You know, I just got out of high school. Last year I graduated, and I just wanted to go out there and venture out and really go deep into my craft and find myself and who I was and what I was going to do. Because once you out of high school, it's like you're thrown into the real world, and it's like, what am I going to do? You know, this is all I have is music. Let me go into it. Let me go dig deep into my craft. Let me zone out of the social media. Let me just get away from everybody and just you know, do this music thing for myself. So I really took the time for like a year to just take the time and just learn about everything music. And 2013 is when I was like, yo, like I really have to. I got all the basics. I know I'm finding myself. Let me make this project and let me try to like get people to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So during that whole 2013, I made the whole project. I worked with my producers, Q and Ace, and actually I met Ace at school. It's a funny story. I was actually in a studio session one night, and he just passed by and randomly, and he was like, yo, you're dope, and we just exchanged numbers, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, we just started banging out tracks and going into it FaceTime via FaceTime, like 2-hour sessions, 3-hour sessions, you know, all like cyber. And we just started making this creation called 6 and 7. Also met one of my producers out in school called, his name is Dust. He's from Korea. And he produced one of my songs, Better, and he also produced the song on the track 6 and 7 called Never Did That Before. And met him in at school too. So school is just definitely a great thing for me to do. And I met a lot of cool people there, and a lot of people that are definitely, you know, coming along my journey through my career. So it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. And what made you choose? Like, that's a huge move to move just, you know, flat out across, you know, the country. So what made you choose to go out there? And when did you go back? What convinced you to go back so soon?
So after school, like, you know, I was actually born in Connecticut, and I was and I moved to Florida when I was about 7. So like after school, I'm just like, yo, like I'm not gonna get anything done if I just stay in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna. This is not. I gotta go chase my dream, and I've always been like that. I've always been like, I gotta go and get what I gotta go get it. You know, I gotta work for it. You know, nobody is gonna do anything for you. So I was like, yo, like I gotta get out to LA. My parents helped me, and I found a school, And I went out to LA, and it was just a great experience. And I knew LA is where I wanted to be, you know, because I also made a lot of friends out there, and being out there, there's a lot of people that are just like you and that understand what you're trying to do. And being in a small town where I'm from, not a lot of people get that. Not a lot of people understand what you're trying to do. And it was a overwhelming feeling to feel that love from people living there, you know, just people that understanding what you're trying to do. Although it is, you know, like a competition out in LA, it's a lot of fakeness, I would say, but it's cool to be surrounded by everything that you do, everything, like everybody that wants to do the same thing as you. So, yeah, definitely knew I wanted to go out there, and when I was out there, it was an amazing feeling. And then coming back, I was like, okay, I took all this stuff in. Let me get back home and let me record this project. And I went back home and I just started recording sixes and sevens for a year, and worked with my producers and found some other producers, Jahan, who produced The Other Night in LA, and Instincts and Bowie, who are living locally in Florida, who produce Fast Cars. So it was just a great experience to go out there and take everything I learned out there and bring it back to Florida, and just go in on my craft, and sixes and sevens is created. So yeah.
Definitely. And that's such an amazing story to me. And I love hearing when parents are like all for it, like, you know what, we're going to help you get to LA. It's across the country, but we believe in you that much that we're going to send you out there. So do they come out to your shows? Like, I've seen you've been performing all over the place. Do they come out, and have they seen you in action?
Lately, yeah, I've been performing I just got back from 2 performances in New York. They didn't get to go to that one. And I have a few other shows that are getting set up around the country, but I don't think they're going to be able to go to that one. But definitely everything locally, you know, they would love to come to, and anything that's close to Florida, they would love to come to. At least try to. But yeah, my parents are very supportive, and I just appreciate them. You know, they're very supportive. They've always been backing me since day one, and yeah, I love them. So yeah, it's a great feeling to have that support system, and knowing that people believe in you as much as you believe in yourself.
Yeah, most definitely. And I know you were talking about performing in New York, and we actually watched some footage of that, because when I saw Kehlani brought you out for that specific show, and then you performed another show, I was like, oh my goodness, finally they did it together. And it was the first time you guys did How We Do Us together. So how was that? That's that song is just everything.
It is.
Thank you. Yeah, that was it was really cool. I told her yo, I'm about to be. Well, I told her I'm about to be in New York for SOB. She's like, yo, that's crazy. You want to hop on stage with me? I'm gonna be in New York in the same week. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this. You know, so she brought me out. She brought me out there, and it was fun. The crowd was crazy. Everybody knew the words, and it was just cool to finally sing this song that everybody loves. It's like a new generation duet, like a new generation My Boo or something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's taking it like that, and it's just cool to just go out there and just rock out and vibe, and everybody singing the words. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of energy, and it was really cool. I loved it. It was fun.
Yeah, and the tour she's on is a pretty good. That's a big show right now that she's going on. And speaking of New York, one thing that I did see you were talking about, I think you tweeted something about every time you go to New York, you always come out or leave making a bunch of music, like 3 songs or something like that. Yeah. So what is it about New York that inspires you or, hits you and makes you creative in that way?
I don't know. I think it's just being in the city and just seeing all the buildings and just seeing everybody just fast paced and just moving, and there's so much going on at every moment of every second, and just taking that all in, and it's easy to get inspired from that, So yeah, definitely I was writing hella songs in my hotel room, and just vibing out and just catching so much vibes from the city, and even coming back down south, bringing that inspiration to me. I've written a whole bunch of songs too, so it's definitely, and I always say this, it's definitely great to get out of your atmosphere. Staying in the same atmosphere just limits, limits what you can do. It limits your mind. You have to experience new things. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a good thing to go venture out and then take it all in and write it all down. You know?
Definitely.
For sure.
I like that. So you just told us you were at SOBs. Earlier, I think you said you just got back from a performance in LA? And then I saw you performed at the W. So you've been all over the place as of
just
lately.
in the past few weeks.
Yeah, seriously, like from coast to coast.
It's like really, it was like, it's really like moving. Like I'm just like, yo, and it's really fun to like go out there and like sing my music. And like at SOBs, like I had people singing like Purple Meadows and like singing along with me and like taking pictures with me. Like we see you, you know what I'm saying? Like being appreciated for like my music is it's really dope, you know? Like I said, I didn't expect so much to come from this project. I knew the project was dope. I knew that it was me, and it's still moving and it's still doing stuff. So I'm just happy that everybody likes it and everybody is just sharing it and vibing to it. I mean, every day on Twitter, like there's not a day it doesn't get talked about. You know what I'm saying? So that I think that speaks a lot. So it's just a great thing. And I'm so happy that I get to I'm starting to do shows and just get to share my vibes with, my supporters that are supporting me, and they're coming out and they're having fun with me. And I have a lot more shows to be announced, and that are getting booked right now. So I can't wait to announce those dates to everybody.
Gotta come to Vegas.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, do we have any Vegas in the works, in the talks?
We might have some Vegas.
Oh, snap.
You see us?
Are you serious? Ooh, okay.
Okay.
No bars, though, because we're under 21.
No. Please don't. That would crush me. I'd be so sad.
Yeah, I would have to risk everything to go.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
But you said you have a lot of things lined up, and like we said, you've been all over the place. So if you could pick, so far, where's been your favorite place, that you performed, or overall, what city? What was your favorite place? New York?
New York, definitely. And they always, and what's funny is that before I had my New York show, booked for SOBs, and SOBs is like a legendary stage, it's crazy. I was so blessed to be even a part of that, and to be able to even perform my music on that stage. But that's either here or there. But just everybody always says that New York is the hardest audience to win over, and that everybody is just very
Yeah,
And
you're right.
I can't say that because my first two shows in New York, the crowds were so wild and they showed so much love. So for me, New York is really popping for me right now. I really love New York's vibe and everything that they gave off. They seem so loving, so they just seem like they love music, and they just want to vibe out. And I really like those two crowds that I performed in New York. So New York is definitely winning for me right now.
That's awesome. I'm glad. So let's take it back a little bit. You said that you dropped your project towards the end of the year last year in November, right?
Yeah.
And I saw that you were charted on Billboard, and Purple Meadows is up there with greats like Mary J. and Lettucey, and I remember seeing the picture you posted, and you're unsigned but moving. So where were you when you found that out, and what was your reaction?
Where was I when I found that out? I think I was home.
Oh, wow.
And I was just online or something, and I just looked it up. I think I looked up because my cousins told me that I was on SiriusXM, and they were playing my music, and she filmed it, and she's like, "Oh my God, they're playing your song on the radio." So I looked up the SiriusXM, and then I found me on Billboard charts. I'm like, what is this fake? You know what I'm saying? Is this weird? Is this somebody just made this? And then it's on the site, and then it's on the and then it's there's they're gonna put it in the magazine, so it's a hard copy. I'm in the Billboard magazine, so I'm just going crazy, and it was just crazy. It was just a wild experience, to be unsigned, to to have such a small team backing me, and we're moving, and we're doing our thing. We're not waiting for anybody. We're just trying to go out there and kill it. And it was just a great feeling to see that a song that I wrote in my bedroom is on Billboard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, you know? So like it was amazing. Like, I think every artist's dream is to be part of Billboard anything. Yeah. So being part of Billboard this early in my career is just I can't even describe the feeling. It's just amazing. So yeah.
Seriously, that was right off the back. I would have that like framed. Do you have it framed in your house? Like, did you rip it out and you were like, I'm keeping this forever?
My mom actually framed it. Aww. So it's like in our house.
Awesome.
That's awesome. And that, Purple Metals, like, that's one of your leading tracks, and it's something that I think a lot of young people especially can relate to, especially being, in your age. It's like, oh my gosh, like, there's so much, you have a whole world out there to experience and do new things. So that's why I really like what you said about what the song means. So we know that goals, they change over the course of time, but as of right now, what do you think are your goals for the year 2015?
My goals for 2015 is definitely to get hella more dates to keep performing 6s and 7s and sharing some vibes with the supporters. Definitely to drop a new project sometime this year, and just keep moving and just keep doing what I'm doing and collabing with different artists and just keep, like I said, just keep moving and just keep doing all things music, and giving my fans and giving my supporters everything that they ask for and more. So I think 2015 is going to be a great year for everybody that's dedicated and hardworking. I think that it's going to be a fantastic time. So yeah.
Definitely. And I know that you were talking about like an upcoming album and you're putting all this work into that. Can we expect that by the end of the year, or are you going to take, a while to make it?
Definitely. I think you can expect it this year.
Yay. I'm excited.
I've been working on it. Like I said, I've worked on 6s and 7s for a year. So 6s and 7s was like probably done before, like 5 months before it was released. Mm-hmm. So between that period, I've been writing, building a whole new project, and I did that deliberately because I wanted to, get the next project in as quickly as possible. So yeah, definitely this year, you guys can get a new project from me, some new surprises, some new visuals, just a lot of things going on, and I'm just excited to share everything with my fans and everybody that's, hopping on to me and finding out about Kyle Dion. It's going to be a dope ride, 2015. It's going to be fun.
Awesome. I'm super excited. So
Yay.
I was watching a whole bunch of interviews, and I was like, I want to know everything there is to know about him. I need to know all the right questions. So I saw that you were telling somebody that your dad was a rapper, and like you always knew that, your place was the studio. That's where you belonged. You loved music.
Yeah.
And my question was, what made you decide to go with the R&B route instead of following in Dad's footsteps as being a rapper? Like, did you ever try to rap? Or were you like, nah, I'm just going to sing? Like, well...
I did try to rap. Like, I mean, I think rapping comes easy to a writer, to any writer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But definitely, I've always known I wanted to be a singer. So I recorded little things. Like I said, my dad was a rapper in Connecticut, and he was always in the studio. And I would go with him, and we would record me when I was 7, 8 years old, doing little things. Yeah, doing little things, and I would love the little auto tune effect, and I was like, yo, put that on me. I want to, I want to play with this. It was fun. I was just learning all things. So, and I think taking that from an early age and then bringing it into me being a young man, and knowing what I want in the studio, and just being able to this is what I want. This is how I want it. This is just that being 7 years old in the studio definitely contributes to me being 20-year-old in the studio and knowing how I want things done. So yeah, it was fun. I've always been in the studio. I've always been making music, and I've always known I wanted to be a singer. since I was like one, singing Barney songs. My mom said I used to sing Barney songs. Barney was my favorite show or something like that. And like, yeah, I've always known I wanted to be part of music no matter what. I've always known that I was gonna get it no matter what because I'm always gonna work hard for it. So yeah, and I still have that mentality today. If you work hard for something and you go after something and you keep fighting for it, there's no way you're not gonna get it. That goes with anything that you do, you know?
Definitely. No, most definitely. And kind of off of music a little bit, something that you are also known for is your style. So everyone thinks, you know, like you look really cool, the glasses, like you have your own unique style, the signature hair. So like what inspires that? Were you inspired by fashion at all? Like what are some essentials when you're traveling? What do you need to have?
It's so funny that people say that. Like people say like, oh, you have a style, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, like you, like I don't have no style. Like literally, like everybody could go get like some flannels and throw it on. Like that's what I do. I go in my closet, I just throw some stuff on and be out. You know what I'm saying? Like in my hair, like I grew it out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very like natural things. Like I'm not out here like. When I go to a show, I'm not out here trying to be like, you know, blinged out, trying to be cool and trying to be fashion, all this fashion stuff. Like I'm just here for the music, you know what I'm saying? So but I think that's cool that people that I'm not trying to be like that, and people are taking it like that. Like your fashion is dope. You're so unique in that aspect. That's cool. But like I'm saying, like yeah, I don't really like go after like trying to be like some hip guy, you know. I just throw anything on, and the glasses, they're my glasses. I gotta have my glasses. So some necessity when I'm traveling, I gotta have my phone, gotta have my glasses, gotta have a hair tie. Because if I don't have a hair tie, I'm looking like a crazy lion in airport, looking wild. So I gotta have a hair tie just in case. And that's it. I'm just rocking out, man. Just after I got my hair tied, I got a water. I have to have water. I drink like mad water a day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I drink so much water. I'm always in the bathroom. So yeah, those 3-4 things, and I'm good, man. I'm just ready to rock and make some music and just jam out and just vibe with people and go out there and kill it. So yeah, not really a fashionista, But thank you. I appreciate
that. No, definitely. And something super duper random. Like I always, you know, how like you screenshot stuff that you like on Instagram. You're just scrolling and you just screenshot stuff just randomly. Or maybe it's just me. So there was something that stood out to me that you posted. It was a while ago. And you basically posted like oil and vinegar. And you were just talking about the contrast of how they blended together. And it was just something about that post. Do you remember posting that?
Yeah.
Do you remember a little bit? And it was so random. I showed Jocelyn the picture and she was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
like, what are you trying to show him? But it was just something about his post that really intrigued me. And I was like, I really like that. And you seem like, you read a lot. You're in tune with a lot of things. So what do you do like in your spare time? What are like some of your favorite books? What inspires Kyle Dion just on a regular basis?
Yeah, I know. I read a lot of books. A lot of books that I'm reading right now. I'm reading this book called Waking Up by I don't know who it's by, but it's really cool. And then I'm reading this other book called The Sacred Flower of Life. It's Sacred Geometry, and it's just all these like fun facts about life and it's not like it's just limitless knowledge, and it's just cool to just take a whole bunch of things in and just learn about different things and the way the world works and just see different things, see how things work and how other people see it, you know, and take that in from other people. So I read a lot. I love to read. I have to read every day. Every day when I wake up, I have to read at least a chapter or two. I like demand myself to like read, and that also helps me with like writing too. Like just reading a lot, and that helps me with like my vocab and trying to like fit things in my music. So yeah, it's just everything that inspires me. Life inspires me. I'm a very like hippie in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just chilling. You know, I just love to learn. I just love knowledge. I just love life. I love music, and yeah, and that's it. I get inspired by the world. You know, everything that passes by, I'm inspired by, and every day is beautiful in its own way. You know, so.
He's so positive. I love it.
I love the vibes. But yeah, so one of our final questions. I know you tweeted recently about liking, you know, the new Jasmine Sullivan album, and she hadn't done anything in a while, so that was pretty dope. So what are like the last 3 songs that you've played in your iPod or, you know, on your iPhone? What are you listening to right now?
What am I listening to right now? It's so funny because I'm like a R&B guy. I'm a soul guy, but I listen to a lot of trap music by like some underground, some like just like random like underground people on SoundCloud.
Okay.
I like Travis Scott a lot. I like Joey Badass. He's cool too. Childish. You guys are just playing him. Chance the Rapper. You know, all these people are in my phone. I just love like different artists like. And I always say this to people, like and this is like a side note, but it's like people like to take music and they like to make it a competition. And I always try to tell people that music is not a competition, because if an artist thinks that music is a competition, then they're thinking that they're not original. Because if you think that it's a competition, you're therefore saying that you're not original, and that you have nothing to give that's unique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So. That's just a side note. I've always wanted to say that, but I couldn't put in 140 characters on Twitter.
Well, I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, Twitter doesn't let me say it. But yeah, just like I just love how everybody's just, you know, doing their thing, and there's so many artists out there that are just, you know, just vibing out and just doing their own thing. And I think there's like a movement going on in 2015, and it's really popping. Everybody's just vibing out and just being cool and touching the world in different ways, you know?
Definitely.
So, yeah, I have a lot of different artists in my iPod. My iPod is very eclectic, and very different genres going on up in here. So it's really cool.
That's awesome. And it's only right that you're on Ill Vibe Theory.
Definitely.
So it just works.
Of course.
Have you been to Vegas before?
You guys play like a lot of good stuff.
Oh, I'm glad you're listening. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad.
No,
and this was personalized for you.
Yeah, I was actually listening for like 15 minutes before the interview, and I was like, wow, they're playing like some good stuff, like stuff I wouldn't even think that you guys would be playing. That's tight.
Yes, you got to get out here ASAP. We got to see a show. We'll drive out to LA, but we'd prefer if you were here.
Yeah.
That would be so tight.
Have you been here before?
To Las Vegas?
Yeah.
No, I haven't, but I really want to go. It looks fun.
Now you have a reason.
But I feel like there's nothing to do there if you're 20.
You're right.
You have to be like 21, right?
You're right. Unless you hang out with us, we make cool things happen.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's awesome.
But no, so that sums up most of like our interview with you. Do you have any like what's next for you? Do you have any last words? What do you want to say to the people?
Well, everybody, if you want, you can go download my mixtape, 6s and 7s. At theartspit.com or my SoundCloud. Yeah, check it out. It's a cool little tape. And I hope you guys like it. And some cool dates coming up. Just stay tuned to my Twitter at iKyleDion and at iKyleDion on Instagram, just to keep updated with me if you do like the music. And yeah, we're just gonna keep, you know, moving and moving on up in 2015. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see what's in store. And I'm excited for everybody that's finding out about me, that has found out about me, and I will find out about me. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And I forgot to ask, I'm sorry, like, where are some more visuals going to come out? I know I saw Purple Meadows. Are you planning on putting some out?
That's so funny that you're asking, because me and my manager are actually putting together we're putting together the Other Night in LA video.
Yay!
So it's gonna be really, really cool. It's gonna be really, really, really dope. We're actually trying to make it as perfect as can be. So It should be out by, I would say, February.
Yes.
So look out for that. It's gonna be a really tight visual, and I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I'm over here throwing my
I know,
hands
this is her
up.
favorite song. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, we wanted to thank you so much for
Thank
doing
you.
this. Like, we found your music and we were like, man, we couldn't stop listening, had to share it with everyone. So it's really an honor to have you on here. Seriously.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. No, I really
most
appreciate
definitely.
that. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Of
It was fun.
course,
You guys are
of
cool.
course. So we bumped you
You
in
gotta
Las
do it
Vegas.
again.
No,
Yes,
for
we
sure. And if you
do.
ever come out here when you turn 21, I think we'll be around the same time because we're the same age. So turn up, all of
Let's
us.
do it. When do you turn 21? When do you guys turn 21?
August and September.
August, September.
All
When
right, cool.
when are
I'm in
you
April,
exactly?
so
What
I
month
turn
are you?
April, he said?
April.
April. Oh, you're
So-
soon.
Dang.
Yeah, so I'm soon. So I'm coming up. I'm coming up.
For sure, for sure. But I do want to get into this track. We want to get into Purple Meadows before you go.
Awesome.
So if you could introduce it, you could do whatever you want.
All right, awesome. What's up, guys? It's Kyle Dion, and you're about to listen to my single, Purple Meadows. I hope you guys like it. And thank you, Ill Vibe Theory, for having me on the show. Bye,
All
guys.
right. All right, here we go. You heard it first.